Say, John, what's on your mind today?
Yeah, I just wanted to connect neoliberalism and Kim Jong-un. I think that neoliberalism is really responsible for creating an economy or a dystopian society that is all we have to offer is bombs, lawyers, lobbyists, financialization, real estate, and Wall Street. And, you know, if the Korean Peninsula were destroyed, where they actually make things or they design things and make them in China, we're going to be in a world of hurt, and then the destruction of Japan, besides not getting into the fact that that would be absolutely horrible to humanity. He's not worth it, Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, and not to mention the fact that the minute that you go after Kim Jong-un, he's got, you know, I've heard of various numbers. 20,000 is the one that I hear most commonly. Major cannons is not the right word. They've got these giant guns buried in caves in the mountains that overlook Seoul, Korea. I mean, Seoul's only 20, 25 miles from the DMZ, from the North Korean border. And they can lob, you know, missiles and things into North Korea with a second's notice that are not stoppable, that you can't just, you know, these are not guided missiles. You can't distract them with chaff or hack them or anything like that. And, you know, so there's I believe the population of Seoul is in the neighborhood of 10, 12 million, something like that. And those people's lives are at risk. And as Steve Bannon pointed out, there's no way to account for that. There's no way to prevent that from happening. I mean, you know, even if you started raining nukes down on Kim, if he's got even 3 seconds advance notice, Seoul is gone, and he would do it. So this seems to me extremely irresponsible. Am I getting to the gist of what you're talking about, John?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You know, and it's not worth it. I mean, you know, it's been my experience with the Cold War and living through the Cold War that these societies play themselves out. They can't keep it up. They don't deliver, and eventually they just, you know, spontaneously, I don't know, combust. I don't know what you call it, because I've known people who lived through Brezhnev, lived through the Soviet.
Well, we saw it's like the Arab Spring.
Experienced all of that stuff. They don't deliver what people want.
Yeah, and that's why communism failed. That's why the authoritarian regimes like Ceausescu and it's why even arguably it's why even Mussolini was hanged upside down.
Yep. Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you. I think that this is dangerous rhetoric, and I don't see the goal of it other than you know, Trump thinks that he can out testosterone Kim Jong-un, and that ain't going to happen. And the consequences of it could be really bad. On the other hand, there are things Kim wants, and there are things that we can give him that perhaps in exchange for him becoming a rational actor on the world stage. We may not like the way he runs his country. Hey, I don't like the way Saudi Arabia runs their country. But, you know, I'm not running around calling for regime change, and I don't think most Americans are.